if it's loud, I'm outside, so I hear cars and different noises. I apologize ahead of time. Okay, so I have a lyrical message. It comes by Wonder Woman by John Legend. Okay, God gave me this song twice. Well, he gave it to me more than once, to be honest, but twice audibly. Okay, the first time was in my sleep. He gave me the melody, and it said, "Oh, you're my saving grace." And I knew it was John Legend because I heard it in John Legend's voice singing it. Hey, D1. So I heard it in John Legend's voice singing it. Okay, awesome. So I looked it up. Guys, mind you, all I had was the name, all I had was You're My Saving Grace. So I looked up You're My Saving Grace, John Legend, and to my surprise, he had a song that included You're My Saving Grace, Hey Rosilli, and it was Wonder Woman by John Legend. Okay, and then he gave it to me again in my dream audibly again, where I actually heard the whole song playing and I heard John Legend singing it. So I'm bringing it to you guys today. Okay, so I want to start off with he sent me 2 emails through my email. One made a rib, and the other one said unveiling you. Okay, so what he let me know in this is God is revealing his truth, his plans, and his presence. He's revealing you to your Adam. Okay, also he's removing the spiritual blindness that they have been operating in. They have received clarity. They have received sight. And man now sees God. So they have made transformations from Saul to Paul's. It has taken place. Okay. Now in the beginning, it says Wonder Woman. And then he just kind of hums it. It says, oh, 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 Now the first line says, when I'm lost, when I'm low. Okay. So when they are confused, like I said, they have gone from a state of confusion to clarity. But when they were confused and when they was of need of clarity, you guys point them in the Father's direction, okay? Whether that's verbally telling them to take it to the Lord or let go and let God, or even praying for them, you point them in the Father's direction, okay? And you speak life into them. It says, you always know. Okay, so to them guys, you always seem to know the unspoken things, okay? Whether that be in person, whether that be over the phone, or whether you just text them out the blue and say, hey, I hope you're having a great day. And they like, what do you mean by that? If they're asking you that, it's because they were probably having a not so good day at the time that you text them. And now they're like, how does she know to text me at this exact moment? Okay, so they feel like you always know the unspoken things. You always know what they're going through, whether it's good or bad. No matter how much they try to hide it, you guys know, okay? It says, oh, you're right there to save me, okay? So you show them grace and you show them mercy, okay? They feel like you are understanding of them and their flaws. You cover them in prayer and you encourage them, guys. God has us standing for the spouses that has not yet returned, and we do. We cover them in prayer. We war for them. We encourage them. We speak life into them, okay? And it says, at the end of my rope. So this being at the end of their rope is talking about being at the end of themselves, okay? Dying to themselves when they can no longer run away. Being at the end of yourself is literally when you have extended all your choices or everything you could have been out there doing, okay? They've tried it all, like we have talked about in the past, whether it was substances, whether it was new people, whatever they tried, they're at the end of themselves. They cannot run anymore. They went as far as they can, okay? It says, when I'm floating in space. So a lot of these prodigals were like Jonah in his seasons where he was adrift at sea, sleep in the bottom of the ship, and God had to stir that storm to wake him up. That was them. So it says, when I'm floating in space, how do you stay in place? Okay. You guys are like the parable of the father and the son with the prodigal, okay? Even while they were out there doing their thing, even when they were in their Jonah season and they were running away, you guys stayed in place. And it's not only referencing like how you are waiting for them to return with open arms. You have not went anywhere. You're still there for them, standing 10 toes down. But for some, it also speaks to the fact that you're not out there acting single. Okay, they have been acting like they're single. They have no care in the world. They have no assignment that needs to get done. You guys have been standing 10 toes down, keeping yourself to yourself. You have been keeping it on lock. Even if you had people approaching you, you were turning these people down because you knew the promise that God has made to you, and you were staying faithful to the promise. Okay. So it says, when the whole world is caving, okay, at a time like this, guys, where we're literally in the end times, and they know the world is coming to an end, okay, sorry about that, guys, but they really admire that. Okay, they really admire that you're able to stay grounded when everything around you is imploding. Okay, and then it says, oh, you're my saving grace. Okay, now on this part, he's by himself and he has no shirt on, which represents vulnerability. Okay, so he's mainly vulnerable on this part when he's admitting that she is his saving grace. You literally give them hope. You give them something to believe in and something to look forward to. Okay, guys. It says, you make me wonder, woman. You make me wonder, woman. You keep them in a good way, though. They are extremely intrigued by you. You keep them. Some of them never thought that they would ever be at this place of feeling like they are ready to accept love, or where they're able to like even think that they could be in a marriage or in a commitment. You keep them on their toes and constantly in their head thinking about life in general. They want to know, how do you do it? How do you do it? How do you keep on going? How do you keep on showing up? How do you forgive and keep loving even when you're not necessarily receiving that love, guys? It says some superpower. They definitely know it's supernatural. They think you're superwoman, right? Yeah, the rapture is definitely a good thing, D1. The thing of it is right, is we all have a time to go. We were literally sent here by God to love him and bring more people to him and spread the word about him, right? So our time on this earth was never promised. We always knew that we returned to God. But the thing about it, D1, is in what shape? Are you going to, you got to make sure you live right so you can die right. That's the main thing. So the main thing is not necessarily to get caught up in the death or even in the rapture, is live right so you can die right, so that you know where you're going when you die. I hope that helped. But it says some superpowers, so that they know that you're operating supernaturally. They feel like you're superwoman. You know what I mean? As women, and even as men, but as women, there's no day off. You get sick, you're still up, you're dealing with the kids, you're the teacher when they come home with homework, you're the chef when it's time to cook meals, you're doing laundry, you're cleaning the house, you're doing it all. And then you're still operating in the fruits of the spirit as far as ministry and just your heart posture, right? So Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 through 23. But the fruit of the spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. Okay, so they can see you guys operating in the fruits of the spirit. Okay, and they are encouraged with that when they see that. I don't understand. So in this visual, they're thinking and they're visualizing, he's thinking about his spouse, and he's picturing them and their children together and them spending time. Again, he has no shirt on, so he's vulnerable in thinking about this. They're thinking ahead. They're not just thinking about the moment, like, yeah, they're seeing you, but when they see you, they see the ministry, they see the business, they see the children, they see the life that they want. And they understand, but they don't understand. They understand because God has explained it to them, that he has given them the download, but they don't understand because it came out of nowhere. It came quick. It was almost like it was dropped in their lap. You make me wonder, woman, how do you do it? You're superhuman and I'm just a man. So they're starting to realize, guys, that Like I said, as women, we do a lot, right? We carry the children. We literally give life. Men plant that seed, but a woman's womb grows that seed. We literally keep and protect that seed, right? We give life. So when it says, I'm just a man, he's literally giving the woman her flowers and acknowledging, I'm a man, but you're a woman. I need you, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, okay? You're the best at my worst. Now, on this scene, he's fully dressed and he's standing at the sliding doors of their house, and he's looking out of the glass sliding doors at her, okay? And this represents going from vulnerability to confidence. So when it says you're the best at my worst, it's because you are their better half. You are their other half. Two halves make a whole. So you're the best when I'm at my worst. When it says that it's not good for man to be alone, I would create for him and help me. And this could also be for man too. So this can be from a kingdom wife standing for a prodigal husband, or a kingdom husband standing for a prodigal wife. But you're the best at their worst. You're able to calm them down. You're able to, like I said, with coupling with God, be that shelter in a time of storm. You're there for them to hear them out. Amen. You're there for them to hear them out. When the enemy is attacking their mental, you give them clarity, you give them insight, you give them tools to war. You are that for them and more than what I deserve. More than what I deserve. They feel like they don't deserve it. They know that they have done wrong. They know that at times that they have said some things to hurt you. They know this, and they're acknowledging this, and they don't feel worthy. They do not feel worthy. Always right there beside me. You guys have never left them. You're always there. Where other people have left them, where they, and this is the thing too, they had a habit of purposely pushing people away to test that person. It's like, I know that I'm a lot to handle, and instead of being confident in the fact that you truly love me and you truly want to be here, I'm going to try to do everything that I can to push you away, to make sure that you really want to stay. And even at times where they had did that, guys, even at times where they haven't treated you so well, where they've been out here in these streets, where they have talked to you reckless, or even when they had denied you, you have always been right there by their sides, okay? And it said, could have put yourself first. God gave it to me, D1. Anything that I bring to you guys, God gives it to me first, and then I'll release it to you. Like I said, he gave me this song twice in my dream. And then he sent me a message through YouTube with somebody actually singing this song. So he was nudging me and urging me to, this is an urgent word. This is a right now word. It says, could have put yourself first. So they are acknowledging that all of those times that you stood 10 toes down for them, you could have literally been thinking about yourself. You could have been as selfish as they were being to you, but you did not. You remained selfless this entire time, and you showed them agape love, even when you were not receiving it from them. And it says, you give me hope. You give me help. Okay. In this visual, they're both standing in a field of flowers together. So the Lord have literally brought this thing together, okay? When they say you give me hope, they see the spirit in you. They see the spirit in you. And not only do you give them hope in that sense, but they had lost hope in humanity. They had lost hope in love. They had lost hope in a future. They had lost hope. They were just existing, but they were not living. And you guys give that to them. You inspire them to live, and not only to live, but to live righteous and to do as much as they can for not only themselves, but other people while they're here. You give me help. Like I said, you are their other half. Two halves make a whole. You're warring for them behind the scenes. You're praying for them. You're encouraging them. Some of you send them good morning. Some of you send them inspirational songs or quotes or scriptures. You give them help when I'm going through hell. So when it seems like everything around them is crumbling, when their mental is getting attacked, when they can't get out of bed, when work is not going completely as planned, you guys give them hope. You give them help when they're going through hell. So like I said, when they're getting spiritually attacked and even physically attacked, you guys are there at the worst times in their life when everybody else had deserted them, and it felt like everybody else had left them. You guys never left them, okay? And neither did God. Showed me loving somebody. You showed them that loving somebody starts with loving themselves, okay? Now, we know that the Bible say that husbands love your wife as Christ loved the church, okay? We also know that hurt people hurt people. So in order to be able to love somebody, you have to heal those broken pieces of yourself, okay? You have to become a whole and complete version of yourself to be able to show love, okay? And that takes me to Ephesians chapter 5, verses 28. In the same way, husbands should love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself, okay? But how can they love you in a way that they're not showing up for themselves? That's not love when you're drinking yourself to death, right? It's not love when you're putting additions into your body as far as drugs or whatever else. Even when you're out there sharing your body with strangers, that's not loving yourself. Your body is a temple. So God literally had to minister to them about loving themselves to show up and love you in the way that you guys are deserving, okay? So you make me wonder, woman, how do you do it? Some superpower I don't understand. You make me wonder, woman, how do you do it? You're superhuman and I'm just a man. So like I said, they're giving you your flowers. They are acknowledging that you are all your wife, your mother, you're a woman of God, you're a sister to many, you're a daughter to many, you're a daughter to God, and you stand 10 toes down behind your God. In this scene, he's standing with his shirt off. He's vulnerably picturing her pregnant with a big belly while also playing with their son that was already present. He's watching her play with the life that they made while having a baby in her stomach, protecting a life that is being formed. While being a wife, he's watching all these things and he's seeing it and he's like, you're superhuman. How do you do it? I'm just a man, but you're a woman. You're a Proverbs 31 woman. She's in the field. She got a business. She's working. She's taking care of the kids. She get up and cook and clean for the household. You're getting your flowers and they are acknowledging all of that where they did not see it before. And on this part, he's singing, whoa, na na na, na na na, na 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 na. So he's singing the melody, and with this visual, he's sitting at a piano and he's singing to her and she's standing beside him. They're both in white and she's pregnant, okay? Now that can be physically pregnant after you guys come together and get married, or that can be pregnant with the promise as well, but they're in all white and she's pregnant, okay? And also, it also switches to a scene immediately after this where they're both shirtless. So that's both of you guys being vulnerable. That's both of you guys' heart being on display, because as they're giving you your flowers, that's softening you up to receive. You have to be in a heart posture to receive this, right? So with both of you guys' shirts being off, you both are in a state of vulnerability. I'm not a preacher, but this is my ministry. Releasing prophetic messages for the Lord, talking to you guys and being obedient as far as what to release, giving you guys encouragement, sharing the scripture. That's my ministry, D1. But it switches to both of them being shirtless. So this represents both of you guys being vulnerable with one another. And then it switches from them being shirtless to them being in a bathtub together and then sitting on a bench together with their children. That the being in a bathtub, it signifies you guys being spiritually cleansed, okay? You have went through your cleansing and now they have been spiritually cleansed as well. So you guys are on the same page spiritually, okay? So God gave me Amos chapter 3, verses 3. Do two walk together unless they have agreed to do so? They have been spiritually cleansed and are now ready to walk in obedience to the Father and thus to you in the promise. Okay, so now you guys can walk on one accord because they have been spiritually cleansed. Okay, a change of garments has taken place. Notice you guys were both in white and you both have been spiritually cleansed. Okay, and she's pregnant with the promise. A change of garments has taken place, symbolizing a significant transformation renewal and a new status, okay? You are getting ready to go from brothers and sisters in Christ to husbands and wives, Mr. and Mrs., okay? After Jacob wrestles with God, he received a new name, okay? Genesis chapter 32, verses 26 through 28. Also, in the same way that Naomi instructed Ruth to wash, to change her clothes, to put on perfume and get prepared for Boaz to meet him on the threshing floor, okay? Ruth chapter 3, verses 2 through 4. Your time to be discovered and seen is here. You are getting your flowers. They see you, okay? You make me wonder, woman, how do you do it? Some superpower I don't understand. You're superhuman, and I'm just a man. In this part of the video, guys, all of the thoughts that he had been thinking throughout the entire song when he was singing is rushing through his head. And in that moment, he kneels down and he kisses her stomach. They have not only a profound understanding of God and the assignment at this point, they have an appreciation for you. They have an appreciation for the promise, and they are cherishing it in this moment, but they're going to cherish it forever. They are ready to do life with you. They are ready to step fully into the commitment and to the promise that God has for them. Okay, ladies, you guys are getting your flowers, but like I said, men, this could also be for you too. Your wives are going to come home giving you your flowers and acknowledging the man that you are. Okay. They are ready, guys. So get ready. They have been transformed. They have been spiritually cleansed. The time is now, okay? So get your hearts in a position to receive, okay, guys? You guys be blessed. And as always, till next time, guys, have a blessed and wonderful day.